What if I told you that the infamous Dracula, the blood-sucking vampire, was inspired by a real-life figure known for his equally chilling deeds? Today we delve into the history of Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad III, the Prince of Wallachia. A warlord who held reign in the 15th century, his life in Romania became the unlikely muse for Bram Stoker's character Dracula. But let's clear up a few misconceptions. Vlad and Dracula, though intertwined in popular culture, bear little resemblance to one another in reality. Furthermore, contrary to popular belief, Vlad was not the ruler of Transylvania, nor did he inhabit the often referenced Bran Castle. These are mere myths spun around the character of Dracula, not the historical figure of Vlad the Impaler. So, if Vlad wasn't the ruler of Transylvania, where did this man of mystery come from? Let's uncover the truth in our next chapter. If you're fascinated by the tales of historical figures like Vlad the Impaler, subscribe to our channel for more intriguing stories from the past. Don't miss out on our journey through history. Vlad, the man who would become known as the Impaler, may have been born in Sighisoara or Târgoviste. His early life took a drastic turn when he and his brother were held captive in Turkey. While this might seem like a grim fate, it was here that they received an education not just in academics, but also in the art of war, a training that would later influence Vlad's strategic mind. Meanwhile, back in Romania, Vlad's father, Vlad II, was making a name for himself. He was inducted into the Order of the Dragon, a prestigious group sworn to defend Christianity against its enemies. This honorific association earned him the surname Dracula, meaning dragon, a name that would be passed down to his son, Vlad III. This is how the name Dracula, meaning son of the dragon, came into being. However, life was far from rosy for Vlad III. His father was assassinated, thrusting him into a bitter struggle for power. After a short-lived reign of just 2 months, he was deposed. But Vlad was not one to be defeated easily. He switched allegiances in the ongoing Ottoman-Hungarian conflict, leading a force against his rival, Vladislav II, with an unyielding determination. But how did Vlad transform from a hostage to a fearsome ruler? Vlad's rise to power was anything but peaceful. A 15th century warlord, he was driven by the desire to reclaim his father's throne. After his father's murder, Vlad was briefly enthroned as the Prince of Wallachia. However, the power was fleeting, and he was dethroned after a mere 2 months. But Vlad was not one to accept defeat. He was a man of action, and his next move was as unexpected as it was strategic. He switched his loyalties in the Ottoman-Hungarian conflict, turning his back on the very people who had educated and trained him during his imprisonment. Instead, he led a force against his rival and the man who had taken his rightful place, Vladislav II. His military actions during this time were far from ordinary. They were so impactful that they gained attention amidst the chaos of the fall of Constantinople in 1453. Vlad was a force to be reckoned with, and his tactics were as ruthless as they were effective. He was not a leader who merely stood on the sidelines. He was on the front lines, fighting his battles and claiming his victories. And claim a victory he did. In 1456, in a battle as brutal as the man himself, Vlad killed Vladislav II. It wasn't just a battle for the throne. It was a battle for power, for control, and for revenge. His victory marked the beginning of his reign, a reign that would be marked by terror and bloodshed. Vlad was not a benevolent ruler. His methods were harsh, his punishments severe. He earned the name the Impaler for his preferred method of execution, a chilling testament to the cruelty of his reign. It wasn't just about maintaining power, it was about instilling fear, about demonstrating that he was a force to be reckoned with, a ruler who would stop at nothing to keep his throne. This reign of terror earned Vlad a reputation that would inspire stories for centuries to come. He was more than just a warlord or a prince. He was Vlad the Impaler, a man whose name would become synonymous with terror, whose reign would become the stuff of legends. And while his rule may have ended, his legacy lived on, immortalized in the annals of history and the tales of horror that his reign inspired. Vlad the Impaler's life was a whirlwind of power struggles, warfare, and brutal tactics. His reputation paints a picture of a man who, despite his cruelty, was an effective leader, strategically navigating the treacherous waters of 15th century politics. His reign, marked by a ruthless approach to governance, left an indelible mark on the annals of history. Yet beyond the historical records, Vlad's life has taken on a new dimension, mythologized into a figure of horror. The infamous Count Dracula. This transformation from a brutal warlord to a supernatural creature of the night was no accident. Historians Radu Florescu and Raymond T. McNally played a pivotal role in this transformation, popularizing the theory that Vlad and Dracula were one and the same. This theory, despite its debatable accuracy, has contributed to the enduring fascination with Vlad, blending fact and fiction into a potent and captivating narrative. From the halls of history to the pages of horror novels, Vlad the Impaler's legacy is as enduring as it is chilling.